A little bit naughty.
Stupid.
What? You want some? You want some of all?
Happy Christmas. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas.
That was awesome.
That's the stupidest intro.
No warning. He just dropped that on us, guys.
Maybe if we lean into the bum cider memes, it'll go away. That's what I'm thinking.
Never.
Probably no such luck.
No. This is wishful thinking, sir.
Welcome, everyone, to the Elusive Exclusive Book Society, where we are not talking about books today. I'm sure we will, but
Yeah.
not a specific book. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
I was getting crap already for not having any Christmas decorations up behind me. I've been solo parenting the last couple days, so cut me some slack here. I barely made it into this office with my life. So cry me a river, everybody.
Excuses.
Unbelievable.
Scrooge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know, Kevin. I'm sorry. So today we don't have a guest. We don't have a specific book we're talking about. We are going to talk about like the best of the year, our worst picks of the year, because we reviewed 10 books this year, which it seems like a lot, right? It seems like a lot, even though it's not that much, but maybe it's because some of them were so difficult. We got gifts for each other. Yeah, it's just kind of a hangout. So for anybody watching, this would be a good opportunity we could do some AMA. Is that what Ask Me Anything stands for? Yeah.
Yeah. We
could do some AMA. We're just kind of I got my tea here. Is it tea? Who knows? And we'll just
Absolute vodka.
It's absolute vodka. I saw some at the store and I was like, maybe I should get some of that.
Oh man, I got something to tell you guys about that.
Oh no.
You wanted me to go? I started reading Ninja Master 2. I was like, I gotta know what happens. Remember that comment where I said that Rick Myers said he undid everything? There's a whole part where Brett Wallace gets kidnapped by his original sensei, taken back to Japan, and they lecture him on how everything he did was un-ninja.
That's awesome.
Like he just was like, nope, Ninja would never do that. Nope, stop. You're not drinking Absolute vodka anymore. Like, stop.
That is awesome. That's such a great retcon.
They got the costumes
I gotta read it
now.
Nice.
All right, I gotta read the series.
What's cool is the throwing star belt is still there.
Well, that was a good idea. At least they kept that. That was the one part about it we liked.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? Just sleeping with all these ladies? One did it all.
Dang. You think that's because Rick Myers read the first Ninja Master book and he was like, this isn't absolutely an abomination to ninja kind.
Absolutely. Because that's what we said too. Like, this isn't what a ninja would do. This is not ninja personality.
Walking around in slacks.
Loafers. Having nice brunches. Ninjas don't have brunch.
Exactly. Yes, literally. They say that. Like you're doing all this excess stuff.
We like the roundhouse kick kicking somebody's face off. That was good.
Yeah.
But no more omelets.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
I like it.
Oh man. That's awesome. I gotta read the rest of the books now. Thank you for telling me that, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, ninja right away. For real ninjas. They got the suits on and everything. Real fights. Even when he goes to Japan. Sorry. I'm like reviewing this book now. Never mind.
Maybe we'll save it for that could be a good future E.E.B.S when we're this is how it should have been. All right. Maybe should we start with Nick? You said start with gifts, but once we open our gifts, everybody's just gonna go home. So maybe I don't know.
Will they?
I don't. Probably not. They're already home. We're just on in the background.
Probably,
Somebody's
yeah.
doing dishes.
Yep.
All right. I'm down with gifts first. What do you think, Tim?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Yes. The thumbnail was brilliant.
It was.
How
If
long did it
anybody's
take?
interested, yeah. If anybody's interested, I do work for Absolute Vodka.
How long did it take you to get the shot of Tim frowning?
Oh,
A second.
the thing is, what you
You
guys
have like a-
don't realize, when I watch everybody's videos, I have a notepad next to me, and I will write down the timestamp and write
Of
down.
course you do.
I screen grab everything.
Oh,
I
man.
have clips of people that I just haven't used yet. I have one of Bryce from Shelf Centered, and a live stream, another book club I was doing with him, where he's singing like a Salt and Pepper song or doing something like that, but it just sounds like he's making sex noises. And then there's like a 2-second pause, and everybody on the panel loses it. And I even tell him, I'm like, I'm capturing that, and I'm using. He's going, no, and I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but it's coming. It's coming up eventually.
You'll ruin his good name eventually.
Oh, I'm gonna sully it. I should have uploaded. I should have uploaded it here. All right, who wants to start? For those of you who don't know, we all sent each other gift packages. Spoiler alert: it's books. But it's been torture. Yeah, it has been torture not opening them, having them in my office, and just sitting here for days. Tim, did you open them? You did, didn't
No,
you?
of course not. I mean,
Well,
if, there may or may not be a hole in the package you sent me. I swear that's not from me. That is totally from the whoever handled the package.
It's a peek hole you put in there.
It is not. I promise. It is. You can't even see anything. Where is it? This tiny little hole right here. You can barely see anything.
All right. Well, let's do it. This isn't very good. This isn't very good television here. So, how do you want to do this?
You go first.
What? Why? I've been
'Cause
talking this whole time.
Because you made up the group.
I'll do one of them first. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Fine.
I'll do this is why I made up the group, because I sent you a picture when I got yours, Nick. I sent you a picture and I was like, "Hey Tim, how come Nick's is so much bigger than yours?" And the responses are the reason why I started this group. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. I said, "Oh shoot, this is good streaming too. Just watching somebody on their phone."
Exciting.
How
phone
embarrassing,
action.
Tim. Nick's gift is so much larger. Nick says, "It's not the size of the box, Tim. It's what's inside that counts." And Tim said, "Well, gee, I've never had any complaints before." All right. From Tim, and his address is, do you want me to dox you online? People would probably just send you books. Probably nothing bad, right?
Oh yeah, there's no way that could go horribly.
See? Unopened, nothing up my sleeve. I didn't peek like that bastard Tim. All right.
You gotta crinkle the wrapping paper for the ASMR.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Do I read this?
You got a card?
You don't have to. There's nothing like too sentimental.
It has a skull and that's some serious artwork. Move over, news from the Gilding. We got some artwork going here. All right, I'm gonna read it. Unless it's a novel.
I don't think so. I actually don't remember what I wrote.
Dude,
If you can even read my handwriting.
So much X's and O's. X's and O's. All right, I'll read it later.
Okay.
Seems pretty smoozy.
There you go.
All right. First up, what? We got Robotech, The Final Nightmare, and did I say Invid Invasion?
I think so.
Well, that looks rad. It's number 9 and number 10. Night Flyers by George R.R. Martin. I've heard of that name before. What have I heard of that before?
To be fair, in my opinion, it's the best thing he ever wrote.
Really?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
actually never. I started the first Song of Ice and Fire, and for some reason I lost it, or somebody borrowed it, and I was halfway through. I was like, "What the heck?" Then we got Michael Moorcock. Ooh, a fat boy! Look at the size of this. I don't read anything this big.
I mean, it's an omnibus, so.
Oh, cool, dude! That's awesome. Oh, it's got a cure for cancer in there.
Yeah.
And 2 E.E. Doc Smiths that I don't have. And dude, these covers are freaking awesome. Look at that. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, it's got a little kitty. Dude, that's awesome. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. I was like, what are the weirdest covers I could send Jake?
Perfect. The Imperial Stars and the Clockwork Trader. Dude, that's a robot right there.
Yeah, I don't know what that thing's supposed to be. It might dispense drinks. I don't know.
Yeah. The robot's handing him a note.
Oh, is he?
Fancy. Dude, thanks, man. That's awesome.
You are welcome. Merry Christmas.
Oh, I got an applause button. We'll do the applause afterwards.
Okay.
At my family's Christmas, we all applaud after they open the presents.
Do you really?
Yeah, but they think it's funny, you know.
Oh, okay. That's
Oh, man. Yeah, Night Flyers is legitimately a scary science fiction story. That's what it is.
Speaking of scary science fiction, I've been we'll talk a little bit more about him in a bit, but News from the Gelding, the YouTube channel. I've been reading his
nice, yeah.
This book, Dark Matter. It's all short stories, but they're like science fiction horror. Some of them are straight up creepy. Like, it's legitimately good.
Well, did you hear the audiobook that he made for one of them on YouTube?
No.
He did 3 different versions for the same story. One was him just narrating it normally. One was him doing an American accent.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
And one was a found file, found audio file kind of thing where it has static and sound effects in the background. It was really cool.
Would it happen to be Last Man? That book?
Last
that
Man,
story?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I like the best.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. You're right. It's gnarly. We're going to get him on eventually. He's already volunteered to come on E.E.B.S, which is going to be. And there's only, if anybody hasn't check out the News from the Gelding. His channel's freaking awesome, and he's hilarious. And the only thing he requested, he's like, any genre, just something, what do you say? Something weird or something zany. So it's going to be a wild episode.
Good fun.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Somebody else go.
Nick, go open my present since Jake just opened his for me.
The Tim?
Yes.
We're doing the Tim?
I'm actually very interested in what your reaction is.
Verify that hasn't been opened.
It's not been. I got to be careful because when I did that unboxing, I showed the addresses. I was waving it in front of the camera. And then I was editing
the shark, yeah.
Oops. But yeah, I mean, what would happen, right?
Probably nothing with. Well, I don't know about our comment section. There's some troublemakers.
I still got some Games Workshop fans who want me dead.
Yep.
Once you're dead?
I don't know. They got angry at me in my Hawkman video. It was stupid.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Tim. Yeah.
There you go, man.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Oh man, I wanted this so bad. I hope my family didn't get it for me.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe they'll get you the hardcover.
Wow. I did ask for both, so.
Oh, okay.
Ah, that's cool. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
I bet you were pretty excited when you saw the boxing video, and I was like, man, I need to get the other one.
I was dreading it because it's an hour long. I'm like, please tell me he didn't find a copy of the Iron Man. Please tell me that's not in this video.
Dude, tight. Got Doomsday 1999 here.
That looks rad.
Looks tough. I like sci-fi when it's tough, you know.
Post-apocalyptic.
Larry McMurtry. Anything for Billy. Oh, Billy. You guys ever seen Black Christmas?
It's on my list.
Movie?
It's on my list. I have not seen it yet.
Oh, it's so awesome. Billy. This guy calls his prank calls. Is this about Billy the Kid?
Yeah, it's a fictional account of Billy the Kid's life.
There we go. Look
awesome.
at that.
I believe.
Damn, that's great. Young Guns 2 is one of my favorite movies ever.
There you go.
Space
Why haven't you seen any other westerns?
What? Have I seen any other?
Have you seen any other westerns? There's way better westerns than Young Guns. Your opinion is wrong.
It's it's one of the first ones I ever watched.
I got you.
Nick, I need you to read the poem on the back of that book.
The poem?
There's the blurb on the back is a poem. I need you to read that for us.
Okay. Sing a song of slave girl, a brothel in the sky, add a thieving birdman baked in a pie. When the pie is opened, the birdman has a fling, steal the girl and the treasure too, and it gets on the wing. Very Christmassy.
That sounded like a Steve Brule poem.
So the funny thing about that is I found that in a comic book shop that's they are very slowly going out of business in my area. And so they had a big sale a couple months ago where everything they had was half off, and they have an entire basement stuffed with old paperbacks. And I dragged both of my parents there to help me look for good stuff. And I'm in one corner. My mom is digging through some crates in the other corner, and she walks over and goes, "I found a book for your friend Nick."
What? How did you know?
She's like, "I don't know what this is, but I think he would enjoy it."
Wow. All right.
Somebody's got a secret admirer.
Yeah, what's that say about me?
I don't know.
All right, we got a Michael Moorcock here. Knight of the Swords. Quorum. I have Michael Moorcock, but I don't have this one. I've never read any.
The Quorum, the first Quorum trilogy is like, no lie, it's one of my favorite fantasy series ever. And it's super metal. Like the concepts it goes into are like ridiculous.
Nice. Oh, look at that. All three.
Oh, look at that.
That's crazy.
We're going to have to do some Moorcock.
I've given you guys the Christmas gift of Moorcock.
That's great.
Hey.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I got a card too. Is that a piece of poop? Oh, I got it upside down. Let's go. Look at this. It's sealed. Like Lord of the Rings.
What? Yours is sealed?
Yeah.
Yours was too. Did it fall off?
Oh, it fell off. It's at the
Dang,
bottom of the
nabbit.
box.
Wow, that's fancy. Yes, thank you so much, Tim. You're the man.
You are welcome. Jake, I'm sorry your experience was sullied by losing your wax seal.
No seal. I have to wax my own seals.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bam.
All right. You get to pick what you open first there, Tim.
All right. Well, Jake, yours is on top of the stack, so we'll go with that one.
And you already peeked.
Yeah. Sure. Got to employ the unboxing knife, as the bard would say.
Listen to that crinkling.
What we got?
Wow. That's so good.
First up, we got The Winds of Time by Chad Oliver. All right, what is this? This is a...
Did that just
It is
fall
a-
apart?
It did. The cover just slipped off.
Only the back.
Oh, man.
It wasn't like that, I swear.
Okay.
You're laughing at
Okay. The pages are fine.
What I will say for your guys' packages, I got a lot of duplicates that I already had that I would be like potential E.E.B.S. So
Okay. Next is another one of these like pocket-sized aces. We got A.E. Van Vogt's The
Shut up,
War
Dave.
Against the Rule. The roll.
What is that thing?
I don't know. Looks like a weird like woolly mammoth spider thing. I don't know.
That's cool.
It is. I love those little pocket-sized aces. They're awesome.
Mm.
Got The Aliens by Murray Leinster. It's one of those weird cutout art books.
This is horrible. That's probably one of the ugliest ones possible.
Well, thank you for sending it my way, Jake. The Am Sears and the Iron Throne by Aldous Budrys, however that's pronounced.
That's one of my favorite Frazetta covers.
It's a great Frazetta cover. Look at that. Pterodactyl Man. Love it. Next we have... Oh, hey, I wanted this one. This is The Radio Beasts by Ralph Milne Farley.
You have that one?
No, I wanted it because you
Oh.
reviewed it and you said it was pretty good. So
It's
I wanted
fun.
to check this
It's
out.
dumb, Sword and Planet fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one of the sequels. So
Mm.
awesome. Fantastic. Next, we got... Oh, what is this? Oh, sweet. This is Fred Saberhagen's Berserker's Planet. Some more ridiculous cover art. I love it. Sweet. Is that that's a Boris Vallejo, yeah. Nice. Oh my gosh, how many books are in here? Good grief, Jake. Oma Abides by our good friend C.C. McCap.
He's back.
He's back. Hopefully this is better edited. Oh, what's this? Oh, I saw this in one of your book calls. Wandor's Ride by Roland Green.
Yep. I think everybody got a Wandor's ride.
He's got Panther. That's cool. What? No. Jake, why would you do this?
Huh?
I got
Huh?
Ekankar, Ancient Wisdom.
What? I didn't
Wisdom
do
of
that.
Today.
One of the books I stole from that cult. So now the curse is passed on to you.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for that. Appreciate it, buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh, what is this?
My excitement level's going down for mine as I watch you open this.
That's good. Temper it. Make it realistic. That's good.
Exactly. Star Trial by Irving A. Greenfield. Got a naked guy in a bubble.
Star Wars font.
I know it is a Star Wars font. All right, got two more. Ooh, The Swordsman of Mars by Otis Adelbert Klein. I have another one of his books. It might be the first one in this series. I can't remember. Yeah, it's another little short, stocky ace. I like it.
Yeah,
like it
that
a
one
lot.
looks fun. Nick,
And
you
last one in
sent
the
me
pack.
that same copy. And I saw another one. At
Oh,
the store.
sweet. We got the Atlantic Abomination by John Brunner, and that is a sick cover. All these
Wow.
little people carrying that big. What even is that? This is some kind of, I don't know, some alien god. I'm assuming.
It's
Look
freaking
at the
awesome.
short one. Nice. Thank you very much, Jake. That is a lot of cool science fiction and something that you stole and have now passed the curse on to me. I appreciate that.
They're coming for you.
Yeah, exactly.
When the cultists come for me, I'll send them your way.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Oh. See what happens when you make friends on YouTube, people? They pass curses on to you.
All right.
Who's next?
It's probably my turn.
Yeah.
All right. The bigger box.
I actually had less books, and then your box showed up, and I was like, crap. I had to go out and buy more.
What? You did not, because I only buy you guys stuff off the dollar rack. I don't care.
You don't care about us? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not gonna spend $3 on a book for. Actually, I do think one of those ninja ones I spent like that you were looking for was like $10 or something like that, and I was like, I'm a good friend. But then I
Oh yeah, it was
stuffed the rest of the junk. Oh, look at this! Oh,
Why
this
aren't
is
you big? Make
freaking
yourself big.
Oh yeah. I'm too small.
That's Tim.
There we go.
Look at this.
Nice.
The mug will focus with all the books we've reviewed and a lot of
Nice.
this old bum cider.
There's bum cider.
Oh, let it die. Dude, that's
Oh.
awesome.
Embrace the bum, Jake.
I can't. We got Transmission Error by Michael Kurland. That is a wild cover.
Dang.
Mug cider.
Mug cider.
Mug cider. There you go.
Okay, this one is freaking awesome. Who Can Replace Man by Brian Aldiss. Look at that.
I've only read one Brian Aldiss. He's pretty good.
The Executioner. What are you doing? You don't want this one, Nick? She's playing a guitar with no shirt on, because, of course. Science Fiction Reader's Guide by David Allen. Dude, that's rad.
Nice.
The Special Delivery Star Gladiator. That's awesome. This is one of those the Belmont doubles.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Charles Platt, Garbage World. This is going on the review right away. Oh, yeah.
Is it better than Death World, though?
Copra was the dumping ground for all the pleasure worlds, an offensive eyesore in a sanitary universe. It had to go. Oh, dude, I'm for sure reviewing that ASAP. Spaceways. Wait a minute. A high adventure for adults. I'm nervous.
That was the one that my mom. That was my mom found another book in that series and told me I should give to Nick.
City Wars by Dennis Palumbo.
It's Chicago versus New York, since you like the Texas Israeli thing so much.
And it has a character named Jake on it.
There you go.
Dude, Chicago versus New York. That's rad. Okay. All right, this might be my favorite. Sidney J. Bounds, The Robot Brains. Yes.
Nice. Yeah. I was stoked when I found that one.
Dude, that is brains without soul. Oh, that is awesome. Monster brains dominate the earth and destroy man's only hope for survival. Thanks, man. That was awesome.
Yeah. You know that publisher? I'd never seen that before.
No, Uni Books.
Yeah.
Uni. Yeah, I've never heard of it before. Dude, that's awesome. Dude, I'm stoked.
Mug cider.
Mug cider.
All right, who's next?
I think I'm next. Unopened. No peek holes, unlike Tim's.
That's my fault.
There we go.
Is this exciting for people? Are you guys enjoying this?
It's a surprise book haul.
The High Crusade.
Nice.
Cole Anderson.
That's a great book.
That's a fun one. You'll like that one.
It's cool. We have the same last name. Oh, cool. Manning Cole's The Vengeance Man. Yep. He writes lots of spy stuff that takes place during World War II in Germany.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Operation K, Norman Daniels. This is Dorothy Daniels' husband. I just read one of his books like last week. Excellent. Spy stuff. Give me all the spy stuff. Village of Stars.
I bought that because I thought it was sci-fi. Because it says stars, but it's not sci-fi. I think it's a war. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was so mad. So I was like, I'm getting rid of this.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Nick.
You filthy animal.
I've heard that's really good, and I have a copy of that as well. So
The Rose.
no, but it's people are talking about it. So.
The Man Who Awoke. Huh.
Got some War of the Worlds vibes going on there.
Look like time travel. Max Smart and the Perilous Pellets.
No,
Okay.
I don't know.
It's an old TV show.
It's a great show. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Awesome.
know if it's great, but
It's great. It's great. The Alias Man. Yeah. More spy stuff. Thanks.
You're just foisting over the books you don't want in your collection anymore at this point.
every science fiction book you guys are receiving, I have a copy of.
Okay. Yeah, there it is.
And just
Wow,
like
mine's-
that, the curse is lifted.
Mine's cooler than Tim's.
It
You're
kind of is, yeah.
Yeah,
Eck Wisdom on Dreams.
some good stuff in there.
Oh, man. That is exciting. Hey, look at that.
Oh, hey.
The Atlantic Abomination.
That's the next book I'm picking for E.E.B.S, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to go out and buy it.
Sweet. Oh my gosh, I see that cover everywhere.
That's the most hideous cover there is.
I actually already have it, but yeah.
Ah,
What is with Andre Norton and the really weird covers?
She loves cats.
see those cats.
I know, but like, it's always the weird covers.
Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. Look at all these.
Nice.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's not,
Yes, Kevin, it was a cat.
is that a cat? Actually, the Atlantic Abomination. Why I was interested is because I've always seen it in the horror section. Even though it's a sci-fi horror.
Okay.
Because John Brunner basically just did science fiction, but that was his kind of foray into So I don't know if it's good or not, but
I've heard he wrote some like not Cthulhu mythos stuff, but some like Cthulhu adjacent fiction. So
that would be that's what they likened Atlantic Abomination to.
gotcha. Okay.
So that's my next pick for E.E.B.S, by the way.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
Abomination.
You heard it here, folks. Buy your copies now. All right. I'm last, I guess. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm knocking everything over. Okay. Let's see. This is from Nick. What we got? Ooh.
I don't even remember what's in there.
Oh, no.
I didn't either with your guys' stuff except for the Ecken cars crap.
Yeah.
To be fair, as soon as you as soon as you picked up those books, I was like, he's going to be giving us those at some point.
I just
Those
noticed.
are winding up in my mailbox.
I just
All right,
noticed
what we got
pyramid
here?
stripe here, Nick.
Yeah, pyramid stripe. I put all your favorite things on there.
Oh, and looky here. I too received a very nice mug with our bum cider. Ooh, and Princess of Mars. Yes, excellent.
Oh, that's different than mine.
And some Conan. All right.
Yeah, each one is for different.
Nice.
I went back and watched all your videos.
Awesome.
Got your favorite stuff.
Little tiny white Raja right there. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nick. I will be using that later today. Oh, get out of here, bubble wrap. All right. First up, we got. Oh yes, we got Red Sonja and Against the Prince of Hell. Yeah, this is a fairly famous Red Sonja novel, and I don't have any of those. It was this by David C. Smith and Richard L. Tierney. Sick. Awesome. Next, we got another assignment. We got assignment Black Viking by Edward S. Aarons. Super excited about these. I need to get back into the assignment series. The second Avon fantasy reader. Some very old school pulpy cover art. That's not I almost thought that was Norm Saunders, but I don't think that's him. We got Robert Bloch, Donald Wandre, Robert E. Howard, C.L. Moore, Sax Romer, and more. All right. Excellent little collection. We got a bigger one. We got Exiles at the Well of Souls by Jack Chalker. This cover is rad. We got a blue monkey baboon guy with horns riding a green Pegasus. He's got a radioactive sword. I love it. This is by Jack L. Chalker. I have a bunch of his books, but I've not read any of them yet. So maybe I'll start with that one.
I don't know. It was a cover by.
Yeah, dude, I would have done the same thing. That is awesome looking.
People seem to like the Wells series he did.
Yeah. This one's in a bag. This is The Greatest Adventure by John Taine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have that one too. Yes.
That's a sweet cover.
That book is so awesome. And I've seen online where people said that it's like a precursor to Mountains of Madness.
Really?
What?
Like it came out before, and it has, and I have read it, and there is some similarities there.
Really? Well, that definitely warrants some investigation. I too received an Executioner number 32 as well.
Oh no.
I know what that means. Oh man. Yeah, that same shop where I found that Starways book, Nick, they had like 2 entire cubicles that were just stuffed with Executioner books.
Yeah, I mean they were both $1. I mean we're not going to read it. I just thought it was funny.
What we got?
I mean, we can if you want.
Pursuit on Ganymede by Michael D. Resnick. Maybe some Sword and Planet stuff. I don't know. Is that I think that's a what's his name? A Jeff Jones cover. I don't know. Looks like him. Pursuit on Ganymede. Next we got. Oh, nice. We got another Poul Anderson. Poul Anderson, The Horn of Time. That's an awesome cover.
That's a good one
as well.
It's a Podwill.
Look, oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is Podwill. I love that guy. Look at that. Look at that creepy dude. It's fantastic. Nice. And lastly, we have sweet Star Trek Log 2 by Alan Dean Foster. I have heard nothing but good things about the Star Trek log books, so I will definitely be reading that sometime soon. Nice. Adapted from the animated series created by Gene Roddenberry. So this is based on the cartoon from, what was it, like the 70s when they made that?
Yeah, I
which
think
is
so.
great. Yeah.
Nice. That is fantastic. Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh, dude, I love this mug. This is amazing. Got Conan up top.
Oh, we shrank you back down.
It's okay.
Look at this, the whole animated series.
Nice.
I haven't watched it since my dad gave it to me.
Oh,
Those Star Trek records I have are a lot of the animated series.
God, what a bunch
What?
of nerds.
like audio recordings of the animated series? That's cool.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody. That was as high tech as we get around here.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I'm impressed. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, so start a booktube channel, everybody. You get free books. And
As
spend a
well
fortune-
as,
and spend a fortune of your
Yeah.
own money buying books.
You get free books, and people will send you, tomes of cultic knowledge that'll get you cursed and followed around by a bunch of crazy whack jobs.
They had the nerve to charge $5 for that little cult book too. $5.
$5. Good grief.
And I stole it.
Well, okay. So here's my question, though. They just had him sitting out, like in front of the temple or whatever. How are you supposed to have bought him?
I don't know. It may or may not have been. I didn't realize that there was a price on them at all. I thought they were just like
Tracts.
like tracks. Yeah, but it's a book. It's a teeny book, but it's I don't know.
It could have been a donation thing.
Could have been a donation thing, but
Mm.
yeah, I didn't stick around long enough to because I actually didn't want anybody to come talk to me. If I was being perfectly honest, I was kind of like, oh, thank God they're close.
What would you have done if you opened the door and were just welcomed in?
I probably would have kept filming and been like, I actually don't know. I was kind of rehearsing that in my mind, and I was just gonna answer questions like, so what sets you guys apart from, and ask them questions about, try to get them to talk about Paul Twitchell and watch them try and obfuscate that.
Uh-huh.
That would have been so amazing.
Yeah. Oh well. I guess I could have went back, but it was like a half-hour drive. If they tried to chase me, they would have caught me. Never mind. Not those Ekin cars. They're slow. Hey, so we did 10 books this year. 3 of them were Death World, so that kind of sucks. But maybe we could talk about our favorite. Let's talk about our top 3 that we've reviewed thus far.
Top 3?
Top
I got
3.
I got them all in order right here.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I did not put them on order. I just did top 3. I guess I could have done that. It'll just take me a minute.
So you want
Yeah,
to start at the top
Yeah,
or the
I'll go
bottom?
first. Jake read it. Top 2, bottom.
Or the top or the bottom? Start at the top or start at the bottom? The
Let's
best
start
of
at
the
the bottom
worst.
because there's no secret at the bottom.
Okay, fair. All right, so yeah, Jake, you write yours down. I'll start.
I'm down.
So yeah, number 10, bottom of the list, Death World 2. Obvious. The most infuriating reading experience of my year, definitely. Possibly most infuriating reading experience of my life. Number 9, Death World 3. It's just a tiny bit better than Death World 2. Number 8 was Death World, the first one. Just it's not a horrible book, but I really did not like it near the end. And then reading the other 2 made it even worse in retrospect for me. Number 7, unfortunately, was Ninja Master. Vengeance is His. I know, Nick. Great action, but again, one too many brunches, one too many, car rides through the neighborhood. It's
understandable.
Yeah. Number 6 was Bumsider. I probably liked it the most out of the 3 of us, but even then, I was just like, this book's just kind of boring. With a character who didn't even want to be there. Number 5, Hawk the Virgin Stealers. Not a bad book, but definitely the trashiest book that we've read on the channel.
Oh, by
Or
far.
on the show so far. Without a doubt.
You are welcome.
Yeah, no, I genuinely want to read more of those Hawk books because you kept mentioning that like everything that happens on the covers happens in the books. So I'm like, oh man, I've seen some awesome covers. Number 4 is Nine Princes in Amber, which depending on how much I like the rest of the series going forward, that might bump it up a little bit in my mind. Number 3, Texas-Israeli War, 1999. Great book, just a solid military action novel.
Shockingly fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't think that book had any right to be as good as it was. Number 2, kind of unfair to put it this high, but Shadow over Innsmouth. It's a classic. It's one of the greatest cosmic horror stories ever written by one of the greatest horror writers ever. And then at the top was one of my picks, so I'm kind of a little bit of nepotism on my part, but Jewel of Joy was my number 1. Jewel of Joy is possibly one of the best sword and sorcery books that I've read this year. I don't know. I loved that book. Even the low points of that book, I was having a lot of fun with it. So that is my list.
That was good.
That's good.
Yeah. I was sorry to see the Ninja Master come in so low, but
if it just had a few more, roundhouse kicks and ninja stars and stuff, it would have been higher. But Jake, you got yours all written down?
I got mine. Oh, crucifixion. Bless you. Bless you.
Oh no.
I wish I knew. I wish I didn't know what I knew about bum cider. Oh, bless you.
All right, is it my turn?
Yeah, go Nick.
Number 10, Death World 2.
Oh my gosh.
Shocker.
One of the worst. I don't know if I want to say the worst. It's just the most insulting.
Yeah.
It was just I don't know. It was a bummer. And then number 9, Death World 3, like Tim's.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about this, like, if I had read Death World 3 on its own, I think that I might have a different opinion. But after 2, there was just no coming back.
No.
You still have to deal with the fact that the main character is he's the same guy from Death World 2, and he just doesn't get any better.
All he had to do was give us hack and slash after all that preaching and nothing. And the second he puts us in a Conan world, and then we're like sneaking around in costumes,
playing guitars.
Number 8 is Bum Cider.
Whoa.
As someone who reads lots of mysteries and crime, it was like the absolute biggest fail of a mystery. And then once that failed, I mean, what this much sci-fi?
I love that live stream we did because you can just tell how much Nick hated that book through the whole stream. Like we're trying to pick it apart. He's just simmering in his corner, like, guys, I hated this book.
Number 7 is Death World 1, which I really enjoyed it right when it started. Like I said in the video, it made me excited to go read more sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Then it pittered out, but I don't think it was like bad. I would say anyone should check it out at least.
I agree.
It has a really good setup. It's like, it's a fish out of water story on a planet that kills people. How do you make that so uninteresting by the end of the trilogy?
Because you leave the planet.
Exactly.
This planet's not challenging enough for us.
Let's see, what number are we on? Oh man, as if everyone didn't hate me enough. Number 6, Nine Princes. Sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I just don't get it. I feel so bad. Everyone
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
So just so we're being clear, you're putting Ninja Master over Nine Princes in Amber by Roger Zelazny.
He is putting Hawk the Virgin Steelers over Roger Zelazny.
You're putting Hawk the Virgin Steelers where they chainsawed underage hookers in half. You're putting that over Rogers last.
What can I say? Even Tim's mom knows that I like Gabby Dick.
Oh goodness.
I like bad books. What can I say? Thank you. Thank you.
Shut up, Brian.
Nick has the best bad taste around here. That's coming from the expert.
So
oh
yeah.
my goodness.
So yeah, then number 5, Ninja Master.
Oh man.
I can't explain myself here.
Oh,
It's fine.
Ninja Master. Number 4 is the Virgin Steelers.
No.
If you took out all the snuff stuff, it was great. They had a chainsaw duel.
This is true. This is true.
All right.
It's action packed.
Oh.
Number 3 is the Texas-Israeli War.
Yep.
Like Tim. I mean, obviously, you know. Oh, I guess this is the big deal here. You know, this was tough because, you know, one, you've read before and you know it so well. It's like, do you put it in number 1? So I got 2, Shadow over In's Mouth. Just because, I don't know, it's a reread. Can't put that at number 1.
Yeah.
And then number 1, Jarell of Jory. 100%. I can't believe how much I absolutely love that. And to this day, even though I know there isn't any more, every time I go to the bookstore, I can walk over and check just to make sure. Maybe there is one that people don't know about. Maybe I'll find another Jarell of Jory.
I keep hearing about this. Apparently, there's like one more story where it was a crossover with Northwest Smith. I don't know what collection it's part of, but apparently there was one more story she appeared in.
Yeah, God, it was so good. It was
good.
Yeah, it was great. It was thank you for that, Tim. Good job.
Absolutely.
All right, I got mine compiled. No surprise, number 10, Death World 2 is a complete abomination.
Yeah,
it was horrible. No surprise, number 9, Death World 3, because it sucked. Then I have Ninja Master.
Ooh.
And I'm right. Ninja Master.
Are you watching, Eric?
Had a couple moments that were pretty fun, and then it was probably the most boring thing we've read. Number 7. Hold on, I gotta read. Number 7 is Bumsider.
Dang.
It's Bumsider. As much as I wanted it to be so bad it's good, or so good it's just, it's boring, it's dull. It has a funny cover and the funniest, most horrible name ever. That's it. That's all I was going for it. Sorry, Bumsider. Die already. Number 7 is Hawk, the Virgin Steelers.
It was
number 6. Number 6 is Hawk, excuse me. I don't care. Bumsider will get over it. Number 5 is Death World 1. Because it did have, I think if we just read Death World 1, I agree with you. I think we would have a much higher view of it than we do. But because we read the giant trilogy together, and that's how we started out, which was such a mistake. And I'm surprised after reading that, you guys still wanted anything to do with me or my channel. But I think in and of itself, the first, I'd say 2/3 of Death World 1 are pretty fun. And then it does kind of peter out, and the plot threads get dropped, and it just kind of ends in a very unsatisfying way. But 2/3 was a lot of fun. Number 4, Texas-Israeli War. That book is a blast and a ton of fun. I have that under 9 Princes of Amber for number 3. And here's where we're going to differ. Number 2 is Jarell of Jory. The reason why, if Jarell of Jory was just Black God's Kiss, and what's the last one called again?
Hell's Guard.
Hell's Guard. If it was just Blackguard's Kiss and Hell's Guard, it blows almost anything out of the water. But it had a couple stories in the middle that were just kind of lost and kind of like meandering a bit, word salad, buckets of purple prose that were just like that kind of brought it down. And so when I think of Drella Jory, I think of the two high points, which are obviously Black God's Kiss and Hellguard are freaking awesome. But the stuff in the middle wasn't enough to elevate over the master H.P. Lovecraft with Shadow over Innsmouth as number 1.
I can respect that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of unfair, though, because we only read the one short story by H.P. Lovecraft. You would have to include all of them. But then it'd still be H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you add more, it's just going to be better.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. I reread Call of Cthulhu last night in preparation for a review I'm doing. It's so good. That story is so freaking good.
Yeah. So there we have it. That's although we didn't really do a whole year's worth of E.E.B.S. When did we start this?
It was in the summer at some point.
It was in the summer, early summer we started this. So
I want to say June.
That sounds right. So next year will be a much more interesting list because we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Possibly some better stuff, possibly some more stuff.
Oh, I guarantee some more stuff. I showed you guys. I showed you what I got at the store. I've heard, and we're doing this. So buy your copies now. I don't know when we're doing it, but we're doing it. Probably when I can stomach it. I've heard this is the worst book ever made. The worst science fiction book ever. Galaxy 666 by Pel Toro, a.k.a. Robert and Patricia Fanthorpe. The frauds. Not frauds.
How dare you make an entire video slandering that writer and then be like, hey, guys, we should do this for E.E.B.S.
Ooh, maybe this is what I'll get this is what we'll get news from the Gilding on.
He'd probably be down for it, actually.
He'd probably be down for it. Yeah, Pel Toro, Galaxy 666, which definitely not the Starship Enterprise. That's definitely not the Enterprise. It's definitely.
Oh, I thought that's what it was. I thought it was like just a bad episode of Star Trek or something. It's not.
Yeah, it's like a knockoff Enterprise. It's like a dollar store Starship Enterprise toy that they zoomed in and took a picture of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, whatever. I'm down. How bad could it be?
I am too, I guess.
As long as it's not boring.
Oh, it might be boring.
That's the worst. It's the worst atrocity they can do.
Yes.
I guess be insulting. I guess that's why Death World 2 is.
Yeah, exactly. I would not wish Death World 2 on my worst enemy.
Yeah, that book was awful.
People love it.
I don't get that. Like,
how? Why?
I don't know. The day after we filmed that episode, I was on Goodreads. I was like, what do people really think about this? There were so many 5-star, 4-star reviews on Goodreads. I'm like, did we read the same book?
I don't know.
It's like the thing that kept popping up in everyone's review was old-fashioned pulp action. I was like, no, there wasn't.
No.
Not for Death World 2. People are thinking of Death World 1. That's what I'm convinced of. Yeah.
Oh. Stupid. I hate it so much.
Just wandering around the desert looking for sand melons.
It was the repetition, too. Just over and over the same thing.
Oh, I hate that book so much.
I have not.
Have we ever read Eyes of the Overworld by Jack Vance?
Yeah, I need to get on that Jack Vance bandwagon.
I read one Jack Vance. I didn't necessarily care for it that much.
I really want to read his what is it, the Dying Earth series.
Yeah,
because that's some like old school Appendix N D&D kind of fantasy. But it's so hard to find copies of it. There is like that huge omnibus on. You can get it on Amazon and other websites and stuff. It's like $30, but.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, it is. Okay, sweet. Yeah, let's check it out. So many authors that I want to read, and it's like they're either out of print or they're super hard to find, or
yeah.
And that's the problem, because I like having nice looking books, nice physical books to put on my bookshelf. I don't want to be like, hey, here's a crappy paperback I got off of Amazon. I don't know.
What's Hammer Slammers?
I don't know. That sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome.
I've heard of
definitely
that.
Review something called Hammer Slammers.
I've heard of it. I can't remember where. I want to say Grammaticus talked about that at some point, but I can't remember.
Oh, maybe he did. That's familiar. Anywho. Well, I know, Nick, you mentioned having me kind of talk about the reason why we're doing this.
Yeah.
Or the reason why we're doing this book club. And for those of you guys who don't know, I haven't been doing this for very long, obviously. I know I make it look natural. But I started my YouTube channel last February or March. And I kind of wanted we had just moved to Texas not too long ago. And that sounds rad. Hammer Slammers is a Space Vietnam tank corps.
Sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome. Anyway, I just moved down to Texas, and I have a really good friend group. I have a lot of really lifelong friends. I'm very blessed in that way. But at this point, they were all 2,000 miles away. And so I kind of really leaned into YouTube. And when I started doing it, I didn't realize the fact that even though I had a lot of friends, I didn't have anyone who liked old books. I didn't have anybody who likes genre fiction. I mean, my dad reads sci-fi, but he reads new stuff. He let me borrow that fifth season. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh gosh, yeah, okay.
Borrow the fifth. He's like, this is really good. And I think at about the third gay threesome, I was like, I just don't know if this is for me, Dad. I don't think this is for me, Dad. It's fine, but yeah, just not my deal. Anyway, so I gave it back, but I don't have anybody in my life that reads old books or nobody else to talk about it. And that's kind of one thing I saw that was pretty common in the booktube or YouTube space, was there were a lot of people that don't have anyone else in their life that they talk about this stuff with, that they have it in common with. It's none of my friends read, none of my family reads, or if they do, it's different. Half, at least in America, less than half the population reads one book a year. And if you read multiple books a year, you're in the top or the bottom quarter. You know what I mean? And so it's already to read constantly is already a niche. And then with however many genres there are, I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I definitely am. I don't have anyone else in my life who if I read a crazy old pulp book, that they're going to either know what I'm talking about or be interested in talking about it or anything like that. And so I kind of felt that need to have just that space to talk about that book with friends. And so I initially reached out to YouTube because at that point, we had already we had already had a friendly relationship, but it was just in each other's comment sections. We were in each other's comment sections for your videos. You guys were in mine, and we were usually making jokes or saying something funny. And I thought to myself, they'd be cool guys to hang out with. And so I literally not text, but emailed both of you and was essentially hey, well, you guys want to be my friend? And you both were tentatively okay, well, we'll give it a trial run and see. But honestly, for me, that was kind of the first reason for starting this book club, was because I just wanted more people to talk about old books with. I can only stay in my little teeny office here doing it by myself for a while, for only for so long. So that was the first reason. The other reason was I wanted to make BookTube, that corner of YouTube, fun. It's because books are fun. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they're called trade paperbacks. They're meant to be traded. They're meant to be, they're fun. They're meant to be entertainment. And it kind of bothered me how many other, some of the major BookTube channels, I'm like, do you guys even read these? It doesn't seem like you enjoy what you're reading. It doesn't seem like you're having a good time. And I watched some other book clubs, online book clubs or YouTube book clubs, where it seemed like everybody was at a wake, or just like so somber, so dull, so bored. Either that, or it was just like, people were, there was one with some very big names I was watching that I'm looking at these guys. I'm like, you guys aren't even talking about the book. You are trying to intellectually one up the other guy to see who's the most knowledgeable, or, well, I knew this about this author. And I'm like, this is just so impossible to watch, and it's not fun. And so I wanted to, books are fun. Like an actual book club is a fun thing. It's fun to hang out and talk about books or just goof around. And so that was kind of the second reason, was to make it a little more fun. And the third reason why we started this thing was to kind of build a broader community in this YouTube space, that it's, and that's why instead of not just the three of us, every other week or every other episode, we have a guest, and we want to have different guests. And the reason why is because we want to bring everybody else into this fun thing. And it's not to build our channels or get some of their viewers watching it doesn't seem to make any difference. But it does actually, I don't know, it kind of just fosters this sense of community, I think, that I like. And so, and we're not bringing in people who are like, a lot of people that were like recommended we bring in. I'm not going to call anybody out right now. I kind of want to, but I won't. But a lot of them are like, I don't want to hang out with that person. You know what I mean? That doesn't sound fun. But like, we'll get somebody that's, not necessarily doesn't have a huge channel, but somebody that's fun to hang out with, somebody that's like, oh, you seem like, I don't know, just kind of, anyway, foster that broader community to kind of actually bring about some change in this space. So it's not just a bunch of stuffy old guys talking about their favorite books or what they're going to sell on eBay or anything like that, but actually like have a good time talking about books. Is that a wild thing? And kind of the last reason why we started this thing was because, and the goal, and this is why we started doing it live, is because we really want to expound this beyond the confines of just creators. But like, it's how fun would a BookTube be with name drop? I'm not gonna do it. Oh, maybe we're gonna do it. Maybe I'll do it later.
Oh no.
We'll do it on our members only stream. We don't have members only because we're not douchebags.
Book douches.
We're not book douche. Yeah. I'll tell you my opinion on this book, but you have to pay me. Anyways, yeah, that's why we're doing it live. That's why we're doing it live, is because as fun as it is for us three goofballs to talk about books and make fools of ourselves, how much funner is it when we have you guys down here in the chat as well who have read the book or who are talking about it as well, and it just makes this giant book club that's fun. Because I don't know if you guys are like me, but you don't have anybody else in this. Maybe you don't have anybody else in your life who talks about these books. Maybe you don't have anybody else that likes the books you're talking about or reading or anything like that. And so I don't know. We weren't talking about you. We actually weren't talking about you. I should specify, because there are a lot of people that we haven't reached out to yet, and it's not because we think you're some of the book douches. And
but now you'll wonder.
But now you wonder.
You'll always be thinking, did he mean me?
Did he mean me? If you're asking, is he talking about me? I'm not. If you're asking that, then I'm not talking about you. If you're behind a paywall, I'm talking about you. There we go. There, I said it. But
Good.
yeah. So I'm definitely excited for the other guests we're going to bring on. I'm excited. Like I've mentioned before, News from the Gelding, we're bringing him on pretty soon. I do apologize to him because it's slow to get the ball moving when I get to choose somebody every other, or bring in a guest every third episode. But he's getting on at one point. Matt over at Sci-Fi Reads he's volunteered to subject himself to our madness as well, as is Mark from the book thing. We're going to save him from reading all those A Court of Roses and Thorn books and torturing himself. So I know, poor guy. So
doesn't know what he's getting into.
So we're going to save him and read something good. Who else? And there's more. Eventually we'll corner Richard from Vintage SF and bring him in here too. And that'll be awesome. But yeah, like we're definitely into omnivorous reader. Tons of, if I didn't mention anybody, I'm sorry. I would 100% get Criminale on here. I would 100% get Criminale. He'd be fun.
After all that you've done to him.
After all I've done to him, it's the least I can do. It's all in good. I privately emailed Criminale, a little inside baseball. I privately emailed him. I was like, hey, just so you know, I don't really think you're a bad person. He's like, I don't think you're a bad person either. And then we gave each other a digital hug, and now we're besties. But
oh man.
Yeah, so that's kind of my heart for starting the Elusive Exclusive Book Society, and and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. And it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. How about you guys? Do you have anything to add or share, or your thoughts?
Tim?
I mean, you pretty much hit it on the head. I mean, like you said, I feel like, especially if you are into like older, pulpier stuff like we're into, it's hard to find other people to talk about that kind of thing with. No one cares that you read Bum Cider, because no one's even thought about Bum Cider since, probably since it came out back in, whenever that book's published. But you managed to put up some videos, just, start that, little niche audience, that little small audience. You build it up, you actually go out of your comfort zone and agree to talk about the entire Death World trilogy for everyone to see. Subject yourself to that for a week. But no, it was absolutely worth it. And I would definitely recommend that if you read that kind of stuff, if you read old science fiction, old fantasy, crime, noir, mysteries, any of the kind of pulp stuff that we're into, just start talking about it. Make a channel, because if you care about that kind of stuff, guess what? Other people do. And if you reach out, you're going to have people to talk to. And so, yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't mean to sound like super mushy. This is the coolest thing that I've done all year, is helping you guys start up this show and hanging out and talking about Bum Cider and Death World and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. I was flattered to be asked, and I was very not confident until you invited me. And I used to, before I knew you, watch your channel, and it was so good, and I'd be like, I want to quit. I can't do this. Like, I can't be that good. Look at that guy. It's so entertaining. Like, I was like, it doesn't even matter what book you were talking about. I was like, I can't do this. And then you asked me to join your club. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll keep doing it. But yeah, it's lots of fun. I love that we, I think Brian did a video where he did the random choosing of the book. Mm-hmm. They roll the dice or whatever on the computer. And I said that you guys are my random book generators. I wouldn't have read, a lot of those books. Probably they wouldn't have been my first choice or any at all. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that right there it's awesome. It's awesome that we get to share what we like and then talk about it and expose people to different things.
Yeah.
Have
And
we talked?
I like the
Okay.
idea that, like, you know, to mention Brian again, when he was on and he was like, we're the first 4 people in the history of the world to take notes on Michael Hawk Virgin Steelers.
Yeah, for sure.
That's brilliant. That's how I want to spend my life. The minutes are counting down. I want to be making notes about Hawk number 12, Virgin Steelers, and talking about it for an hour online.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would be 100% okay if, like, all right. All right. That's fair enough. Fair enough, Mark Clark. Fair enough. All right. You got me there. Can I help it if I'm this internet sex icon? You know, I've done enough. Like, I would be more than okay if, like, if this never gets big. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I told you guys when I first reached out, and at the time, I think we all had, like, we didn't have a lot of subs. We were all fairly new. Now you guys have all blasted past me and left me in the dust, which thanks a lot. You know,
which is ridiculous. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed to Pulp Mortem, subscribe to Pulp Mortem. What's wrong with you?
But they don't want to. Just watch the videos. I don't care. None of us are in this for the money. Let's put it that way. But I think that, like, I remember telling you guys, like, I know for a fact that this will be, if it's not going to be big, fine, but it's going to be influential, because there are going to be people who, I think this is I can recognize that this is an area that is lacking in YouTube, which is a wild thing. It's lacking, like, online book clubs that are fun, which is such a wild thought. Online book clubs where you can actually just go have a good time, you know, like you're actually, who wants to have a book club in a funeral parlor, or a book club in, you know, in a classroom setting with a bunch of professors? Fine, great. But, like, every book club I've ever been a part of has been in somebody's living room, or in a coffee shop, or a cafe, or a pub, you know, fun. So I'd be like, so I think there is a definite, not just a good, I'm trying to think of the right word here, a ripe, there's a need for that. I think there's a need for people online to come together and read fun books. Like, every book we're picking, for the most part, there haven't been, like, works of art, but they've been fun. We're trying to pick things that are fun. Even if it's not going to be good, it's ripping it to shreds. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's, so I would be ecstatic if other book clubs started being like, maybe we should lighten up a bit. Or if I'd be okay with even some of the big YouTube channels start being like, start a book club, and where the emphasis is not necessarily a analytical breakdown of this author and his style, and, well, I like in his prose how he does. Okay. You know what I mean? And more of a fun thing. So I guess if BookTube gets more fun, which is already a fun community, but if it gets more fun, good. I'm all about it. So I'm all about it if literally there are, you know, in a year from now, there are 20 different E.E.B.S channels that are doing way better than us, numbers wise. I don't care. That'd be awesome. So I don't know.
I'd never even watched a book club before you mentioned it. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. Like, yeah, these stuffy book clubs. I was like, I don't know. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Have we ever talked about where the name the Elusive Exclusive Book Society came from?
We don't need to talk about that.
I don't
Why?
think
Because you had a part in it?
It's stupid. It's dumb.
I love it. So I'm just gonna say it. So when we first started, like, emailing back and forth, initially it started with Jake had messaged me through the Messenger app on my website, which at this point is completely revamped, so that thing doesn't even work anymore. But we weren't, I can't remember who wasn't getting the right messages, but people weren't getting certain messages. And so we finally just swapped emails and had an actual email thread going. And the first thing that Nick sent through it was, "Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this elusive book club of yours." And I'm sure he meant exclusive. But then, like 5 seconds later, he sends another email. "Ha ha, my effing gravestone is going to have typos on it. I guess it's the EEBC, huh? It does have a nice ring to it. Or we could call it the Elusive Exclusive Book Society." So
Yep.
there we go. Nick came up with the name
I
on
didn't come
accident.
up with it. I'm a moron.
No, dude,
How perfect is that, though?
it was awesome. I remember reading that for the first time and laughing my butt off. That was amazing.
Ninja Master higher than 9 princes.
There you go. You got your way, okay? You got your way. Your opinion has been heard. It's been noted.
Elusive exclusive.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I do love how every time we have a guest on and they talk about it on their own channel, they never say the name right.
Never, not once.
I think the first 3 times I said it, I would flip them and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, let us know in the comments if there's anybody else we should be inviting and bringing. Who are some of you guys that you've reached out to? Maybe we can get some hype going.
Are you asking us?
Yeah, for you guys.
I haven't reached out to anybody. I always wait till it's my turn, and then if I know my turn's coming up, I do it.
That's probably smart because I have guys that I reached out to months ago. They're like, "Are we still doing it?"
Go ahead, Tim.
I emailed Kevin Toll Reeds a while ago. I think I told you guys that, and he's down for it.
Nice.
So I think he's in the chat somewhere. So yeah, Kevin, we'll be trying to work something out soon. I want to read some Conan, not least of which because someone on this panel has never read Conan before.
I watched the movies.
It doesn't matter. You haven't read it. The movie is not the book, Jake.
It's better than the book.
It's not. How dare you? It's literally nothing like the movies. There's a big guy with a sword named Conan. That's about as much as they get right. So yeah. We'll have to make that happen soon, and hopefully we'll get Kevin on that because he's been reviewing all of the original short stories.
Oh, nice.
Doing a great job. So shout out to Kevin. Check out his channel.
Mm-hmm.
He left. He was here and he left.
Dang, man.
He just had to stick around to the 1 hour and 23-minute mark.
Oh, wow. That's long.
Yeah. That is another thing we talked about too, is after I think it was after the Texas Israeli, or maybe the one after that one. We were emailing back and forth, and because usually we'll end the stream and then we'll be like, "Oh, how'd it go?" And we'll keep chit-chatting. And sometimes we'll keep talking for like another hour. And I think it was the last time all of us at the same time or individually we're all just like, why are we still like just streaming this? Because this was the funnest part of the whole, And so I think it obviously we'll play it by ear, and we'll have to work around some guest schedules and stuff. But I think a lot of times what we might want to do, or we might be doing going forward, is kind of leaning into that, the hanging out aspect, the fun book club aspect. And so we'll do what we do. We'll talk about the book, talk about that, but then we'll kind of turn the focus and shift to the guest. Because a lot of times the guests, don't really say that much or maybe they don't get that much time to shine because we're all just, because I'm just making a fool of mine and talking over everybody. And so like, it'll kind of give the guests some time to shine and get their thoughts, and because we want to, hang out with them as well. And so it's going to be more in the future. They're going to be more of a loose format, I guess. Not so much a hard talk about the book, promote your stuff, go home. So I'm excited about that.
It was funny. I did did that Dragonflight review with Ira from SF Words of Wonder yesterday. Yeah. It's funny. We recorded the whole thing on Zoom, and I could just tell he was like he was just counting down the time limit, and we finished. He was like, "Oh man, we had a lot of time to spare." I was like, "Yeah, man, we could have talked about the book more." But it was awesome. I love hanging out with him. He's hilarious.
Yeah, it was cool. Just go live, Ira. Do it live, baby.
Do it live.
Do it live. Honestly, since we switched, because we used to record it when we first started, when we switched over to doing it live, it cut the views in half, and I don't even care. Like, it's so much funner to do it live. It's so much easier. And yeah, you get the live interaction with the chat. Like, it cut the views in half, and I don't even care. I'll live all day. Like I said, I'm not into this for the money.
People to watch.
For people to watch.
I'm not in this for people to watch me.
Yeah.
I'm here to ramble and nothing more.
Yes. All right. Well, anything else, fellas?
I feel like I've been a little harsh in these reviews, to where I don't know if it's because we're all together or something. But
you have very sophisticated tastes.
Nah, because when I do books on my own, I'm not as harsh. And I feel like when we get together, I get all riled up.
Oh.
And I think I go overboard. So I'm gonna try and not go overboard anymore.
That's your New Year's resolution, is to not go overboard on E.E.B.S.
Yeah, I go back and I watch some of those. I'm like, oh my God, shut up. Settle down. It's a book, dude. It's fun. It's not some crappy new Netflix show. It's a cool old book. Why are you so angry? So yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. Nine Princes in Amber, I'm sorry. Don't hate me, sci-fi people.
I'll be honest.
You're like
You kept
90%
saying,
of the people out here.
You were like, I got a big list of complaints about this book. And I was like, dude, just read them off. I want to hear them. You're like, no.
What ace double is in your background there, Tim?
That is Conan the Conqueror. And on the other side is, Sword of Rhiannon by Lee Brackett.
Oh.
So yeah, it's technically the first paperback edition of Conan the Conqueror, aka Hour of the Dragon, which is the only Conan novel that Howard wrote while he was still alive. I mean, obviously, but
yeah, I like those ace doubles. A lot of people don't like them.
It might be just because they are made on like even more low quality paper than the normal ace books are. So
yeah. And maybe they are crappier quality. Like, this wasn't worth a fix up or some padding, so it's just. But I don't know. I think they're kind of fun. They're kind of expensive too.
Every time I go to
I grab them.
Yeah, every time I go to a bookstore that has them, they're always like a couple dollars more than the other paperbacks. So I don't know.
I'm not a fan. I like things to be organized.
That's that negativity you were just talking about.
I like them. Ow, that was hard. No, man, they're stupid.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't organize them. They're difficult. They have two covers.
I will give you that. I will give you that. It makes sense when it's two different novellas by the same author. But yeah, I'm still not sure how to like organize all the ones I have, because most of the ones I have are just different authors. So I have this shelf is all the other ace doubles. It's because I literally don't know what else to do with them. So I just put them in their own shelf.
Yeah. And how do you alphabetize them? All right, you guys are all making sense. You're all making sense now.
And when I'm at the store and I'm looking at the spines, you can't read them. You're like,
come on, Ace. You're hurting Nick's neck.
I'm a hater.
Somebody's always telling me, is it you, Angus? Are you the person who's always saying like we need to do a review of both of them and kind of like a versus review? Is that you,
would be
Angus?
cool.
Like
yeah,
a
that
match,
would be cool. Yeah.
like a fight.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a showdown, an ace double showdown. It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of see which one's better.
Hey, what's up? What's up,
talking
Eric?
about we were talking about you earlier too. Close call. So that would have been awkward. All right. Well, we were
all
just
nice things. All nice things.
All nice things. We were just winding down. Unless you guys have something else. Unless you guys in the chat want to ask us anything. You have been listening to us for an hour and a half. So
I can't believe they're still here.
I know. What's wrong with you guys? Don't you have something to do? Don't you got Christmas shopping to do?
I was gonna say it's Christmas time. Go buy your kids some stuff.
No.
Did you guys get your Christmas shopping done, by the way?
No questions. Yeah. What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at. Oh, I thought you were laughing at Tim for saying no questions about your Christmas shopping, implying that you haven't started yet.
No, I said there's no questions
Oh,
there.
there's no questions there.
They don't have any
Nobody's actually watching. They just walked away a while ago. It's like they left their phone and they're going to do dishes or. Oh, here's a question. She doesn't know about it. You think my wife watches my channel? You're out of your mind. I think she's watched like 1 or 2 videos.
Yeah, I think my wife watches for like 3 minutes, maybe max. She's like, "Oh, a new video," and then that's enough. That's enough of that guy. I can't handle any more of that guy. No.
Yeah, Bump Cider's done nothing but good things for my love life. I'll tell you what. Ever since we did that review, the ladies can't stay off of me.
Yeah.
Oh. Eric started Death World 2 to see how it is.
No.
Oh, Eric,
I cannot wait to see this review. Please. You're going to be insulted. I can tell you right now.
Here's the thing, though. Eric's, from what I know, Eric is a Harry Harrison fan. So we'll see.
But Eric's a smart guy, right?
This is true. This is also true.
I just don't know what there is to like about that book.
No, there's steam-powered engines, and
he just found furry masked people with fangs. Oh, good. And then you've just started wandering around the desert. It'll be half the book.
Yeah, it will.
Wait till he becomes king of the slaves.
Don't ruin it for him. Don't ruin it for him.
Let
it unfold naturally.
Let it happen. Just let it happen.
Eric, have you read 9 Princes in Amber? And if so, is it better or worse than Ninja Master #1?
Oh no. Why have you set him up for this?
After my apology, I'm just making everyone hate me again.
I'm gonna be a lot less of a hater. Hey, by the way, guys,
it's so difficult for me.
That Princess in Amber sucks. Am I right?
I'm just kidding. It's just a joke. I like that book.
Okay.
I have some nice things on my countdown, my yearly countdown. I have some nice things to say about it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Oh my God.
There you go. He might really like Death World 2. Maybe we're wrong. Look at the whole internet. Maybe we're the ones who are wrong.
Are we the baddies?
I am
the baddies.
I definitely have terrible taste, so
it's messed up.
All right.
I don't want to live in a world where Death World 2 is a good book.
Maybe they just read the comic book.
Maybe that's it. I will say, if I find copies of the Death World comic, I'll probably buy them just to see what it's like. Just to see what it's like. Mm-hmm. But from what I've seen, they're fairly rare. So who knows?
Yeah, I won't.
No, you'll just buy a bunch of Lionel Fanthorpe novels and make your friends read them.
It's called Galaxy 666. What was I going to do? Not buy it?
Yes.
You would have bought it too, and you know it. Galaxy 666.
I probably would have done it on accident because it has a picture of the Enterprise in the front. I'd be like, oh, a Star Trek book.
I would have done the same. Yeah.
Yes. This is a book that you know it's bad. You're going to buy it no matter what. It's called Galaxy 666.
Stop messing with me.
All right, everybody. Let's wrap it up here, shall we?
Yeah.
Thanks,
Gotta
everybody,
go.
for watching. Merry
Hold
Christmas.
on. I was gonna include this in one of my my wrap up videos for the year, but I figured this would be so much better to do it online. I've already do it on stream. I've already poked fun at Nick for coming up with the name of this group. I need to poke a little bit of fun at you now, Jake. I'm sorry.
What?
But to be fair, this is probably the funniest YouTube comment I have ever read in my entire life. And it's one that you posted on one of Nick's videos several months ago. So, Nick, when you did that, when you went to Pulp Fest, do you remember when you made that the Pulp Fest pre-flip through video where you showed off all your pulp magazines and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for context, he shows off a bunch of his pulp magazines, which is awesome. Bunch of old Weird Tales issues and stuff. Bunch of advertisements for specifically, what was it? Like ulcer ointment and stuff like that. And one of them had had the original printing of the story, The Shadow over Innsmouth. Jake comments, and I quote, "My rupture is bursting. Innsmouth is one of my favorite Lovecrafts."
Yeah.
Nick replies, "Jake, please, that's almost pornographic."
We talked about this at the Shadow of Innsmouth video.
Not in detail, we did, because then Jake replies with, "It definitely could have been rephrased." Well, it's true in both references. What is that supposed to mean?
You all know what it means.
My ulcers are bursting. Innsmouth is my favorite Lovecraft.
That was in reference to an earlier joke. Like it's a multiple joke. That my ruptures are bursting. That was kind of something in the video. Yeah, I don't remember what.
And I think for the full effect, you have to say Innsmouth like I do.
Oh, that's true. Innsmouth.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's how I'd say
Innsmouth.
Yeah,
Innsmouth is my favorite Lovecraft.
There we go. Yeah, I did screw that up. I apologize. Now, I just wanted to point out that made me laugh for like a solid 30 minutes when I read that originally. So thank you for giving us that, Jake. That's all.
The best jokes are accidental, yeah. But it's true. All you have to do is go to www.pulpmortembabymaking.org and you'll
knew that one was coming back sometime.
Yeah. Like TMZ keeps sending it back, but they'll accept it eventually.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Thanks everybody. Merry Christmas. And maybe we'll have one last thing to say before we go out. So this is for everyone.
I love you. Yeah.